Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we are back and we have a very good paper. We have the JEE Advanced 2016 paper, and I have the mathematics section here, and I have attempted this paper just now, and I'm just gonna be discussing a few questions like discussing how much the level of JEE Advanced has actually changed over the years, because 2016 actually feels pretty easier than 2023. 2023 paper was very good for the maths one, like especially those questions like 1 by n to I remember there was some question like this where x belonged from 1 by n to 1 by n plus 1, and it was a really good question. Like, it took me some time to figure it out. So let's just look at this one. So this one was extremely easy. You just need to find alpha and beta using the quadratic formula and just see the sign, how it would open in this region. This question was good. No, sorry, not this one. This one was a very easy one. You get asked these questions in mains nowadays. Like, there's a debate club of 6 girls and 4 boys, and you need to form a team with 4 members, and one should be captain, and at most one boy. So just take cases with boy 1 and boy 0. So you would have 6 girls and 4 boys, right? So 6c4 times 4 people can be the captain, and similarly here 6c3 4c1 times 4, and you add it up and then you'll just get 384. The next one is this one is also like a standard trigonometric equation question. Like, you when you give the JEE advanced paper, you would have some of the topics that are gonna come, and they are just the marks for free. So you should remember the trigonometric equations part. So you just need to I think take sin x cos x in the denominator, and then the whole this would become something like cos x minus pi by 3, and this would go this side and become cos 2x, and then you can just use cos x is equal to cos y, and then you will be done with the question, and I think the sum will be 0. About this one, well, I explained the probability questions pretty good. So yeah, I think this solution would be really nice. So a computer producing factory has only 2 plants, T1 and T2. Plant T1 produces 20% and T2 produces, so first of all just write T1 T2 and just write something like this: 20% and then 80%, and then 7% of the computers are defective, and the probability of this being defective and this being defective and fine, so this is 10p and this is p. So yeah, that's what I've drawn here. So I'll just fine, I'll write this. My bad, I just wrote it in Hindi. So yeah, so this is 10p, this is p, right? That's what we've been given in the question, and I need to find the probability that the randomly selected computer is a computer produced in the factory is randomly selected and it does not turn out to be defective, so it's fine. Then the probability that it is produced in plant T2. So basically I need to find that the probability of probability of it being I've been given that it is fine, and I need to find the probability that it was produced in T2. So I've been given I need to find T2 provided that it is fine, which would be probability of it being produced in T2 and being fine upon probability of it being fine in all cases, right? So probability of it being produced in T2 and being fine should be 80% times 1 minus p, which is this, right? And probability of it being fine should be this and also this. So basically when you add this up, 20 by 100, so I'll just write this as 1 by 5 times 1 minus 10p plus 4 by 5 times 1 minus p. And yeah, you divide by this, and the numerator is just this 4 by 5 times 1 minus p. This is going to be the answer. Now I need to find p. So how would I find that? I would use this condition, this 7% of computers produced. So I need to find the total, I need to find p, and what is the total probability for it being defective? Well, it would be 1 by 5, this 1 by 5 times 10p plus 4 by 5 times p. And when you calculate, you should get p is equal to, this is 7 by 100, right? So this should be 1 by 40, and when you put in the equation, you should get this as the answer. For this question, well, you need to draw the graph, like 4 alpha x square minus 1 greater than, no, sorry, my bad. I drew the graph, but it did not help. I had to do a lot of work, and it just did not help. You can assume a function 4 alpha x square plus 1 by x minus 1, and then you can just find the minima, and then find the minimum value of the function. Because drawing a graph won't help, because basically what I did was I took this to be greater than this, but the calculation was way too hard. It was gonna be something like this: 1 by 2 root alpha and minus 1 by 2 root alpha, as alpha is greater than 0, which I saw from the options. But yeah, and basically this is 2, right? So I just needed to find this, but it was really hard to find out. So just take this as a function, and then use maximum minima to find the minimum value of this function. For this question, well, this was easy. You just need to, like, this one just needs the basics of 3D geometry. So if you just need to draw the figure nicely. The figure looked something like this. If you have O, I believe P was in the x-axis, right? So I took this as x, this is y, and this as z. So this should be P, this should be R, and this should be Q. And then we had some S here at 3 distance up, and then you just need to do what? So the acute angle, first just find the coordinates. This would be 3 by 2 comma 3 by 2 comma 0. You need to read the question first. I'm not gonna read the whole question again because I just did it. So 3 by 2 comma 3 by 2 comma 0. The coordinates of this top point should be 3 by 2 comma 3 by 2 comma 3, right? You can even open the PDF and try to attempt it, and like see if you have any problem. You could take a hint from me, because I'm basically providing hints, not the whole solution. So this should be S, and I have O, obviously. So OQ and OS, I needed to find that. So obviously Q is basically 3 comma 3 comma 0. So I can just find the vectors OQ as Q vector minus O vector, which is just Q vector, and similarly S vector, and then I can just find cos theta by the dot product, and then I would be able to see that this is not pi by 3. For the next question, well, you have OQS, OQ and S. This plane is basically just y is equal to x line, right? Because Z does not, like, it's pretty easy to understand that it is gonna lie here, and it does not depend on the value of x, right? So the only condition is y is equal to x, right? So this is the, like, if you look at it on the xy plane, it's going to look like this, right? Okay, and the next one is the length of perpendicular from P to the triangle OQS. Well, you can just draw this square, and then you can see that this is just 3 by root 2. And the perpendicular from this to this, well, for this you would have to do a lot of work, because yeah, so the D option is the one you need to solve for. First you need to find, one second, it's from O to RS, right? Yeah, so first you need to find the direction ratios of S minus R. I'm open for any better answers if you have for this option, but for me what I did was that I got the RS vector because I needed the direction ratios. Then I could write the line equation like x minus the coordinates of r or s. You can use any one, like 3 by 2 upon 3 by 2, something like that was the equation of the line. Then you can assume the points using lambda, right? X minus x1 upon L is equal to lambda, like this. So lambda L plus x1, you can assume the points like this, and then you can just find the foot of perpendicular, and then you would just need to find its distance from the origin. Okay, so once you have the foot of perpendicular, well, you can just get the distance from O to that foot of perpendicular, and it should come out to be root 30 by 4, which was just 15 by 2. So yeah, BCD is correct for this one. For this one, well, this one was a good one. I mean, it's a little bit hard to find out if you have not solved enough questions, maybe. So first you have to find the solution to this differential equation, which should be something like x times y minus x is equal to k. And once you have found this, and you would keep thinking for a while that what should be the value of k, well, you don't need it, because you can just find out all these answers without the value of k. And for this you can use for this I don't remember what I really used. I think, yeah, for this you can use AMGM. Sorry, not AMGM, I meant maximum minima. I think it was 2 root k was the maximum value, and it is not given that k is equal to 1, so it is not bound to be root 2, right? So this one was wrong, therefore. And for this, like, if I want to find this, so f dash 1 by x, replacing x by 1 by x here, so 2 minus x f of 1 by x. So limit x tending 0, so 2 minus limit x tending 0 positive, because obviously it's given that x is greater than 0. So f of 1 by, sorry, x times f of 1 by x. So here I can say f of x is equal to some k by x plus x. So f of 1 by x would be k plus 1 by x. Sorry, yeah, k plus 1 by x. So no, kx plus 1 by x, yeah. So once I take this, I should be left with kx square plus 1. So when you take limit 0 x tending 0, you should get 1. So this one was correct. The other ones you can just similarly put in the values, right? This one was a good question. Like, okay, I guess my matrices is kind of weak. It's not my strongest, so I'd say, yeah, kind of okay. But yeah, you can probably argue with me, but this one was kind of good. So you need to find this. So first of all, the first step was very obvious, that q is just k times p inverse. You need to find p inverse. So the mistake I made was that I just went straight forward and I just tried to find p inverse, but that did not help, because you don't need to find p inverse. You just need to compare this q23, right? So for q23, q is basically the transpose of the transpose of the cofactor matrix of p. So when you took transpose, then you got q23. So before taking transpose, you would have any p element 3 2, right? So for 3 2, you need to find the cofactor, and then, yeah, so minus 1. So you can just see that there would be minus 1 times 5. So yeah, this would be minus 1. Minus 1 power 5 is minus 1, and then you would have 3 alpha plus 4. So 3 alpha plus 4, and obviously this k from here, so k, and upon the determinant of p, right? Because k upon this determinant of p, like p inverse is just, my bad, adjoint of p upon determinant of p. right? So that's what I'm using here. So I'll just divide it by determinant of p, and then I would compare with this minus k by 8, and then I would get k to be first I'll get alpha is equal to minus 1, and then I need to compare this determinant of q, and when I find the determinant of q, I can put it as k square by 2, and I'll get k is equal to 4, right? So then you can just this one is very easy, like determinant of p adjoint q. So just find the determinant of p times determinant of adjoint of q, which should be the determinant of q times 3 minus 1, and this should be the determinant of p. So determinant of p was equal to the determinant of q, which was equal to 8, and then you could just get the yeah. So yeah, that's it. I think I didn't really attempt all of it because it's past my bedtime. You can see it's 2:56. Yeah, I have sleep issues, whatever. So yeah, I left this one. Pardon for this one, because I don't really remember this chapter. I hardly see any questions from this, so I left this. So yeah, if so I have discussed a lot of questions till now. So if you do like it, please do hit the like button, I guess, because I'm just making these casually. If you like it, then only I would upload something that you all like. So yeah, thanks for watching. This is the 2016 JEE Advanced paper, signing off.